Hello, I'm here to give you a makeover.
Shut up.
I'm a slippery snake. You wear stuff at the background.
The kid looked almost exactly like my son, but there was something weird about him. It was almost like someone had made a fake version of my son. He had the same smile, the same shape, but his eyes were all wrong. What should have been a happy moment absolutely wasn't. But you know what the kid did? He ran up and hugged me, saying, "Mommy, I missed you." I hugged him back with tears in my eyes. Maybe it was my son? I rushed back out to speak with the detectives. As I was leaving, the kid cried after me, asking where I was going. When I told the detectives I didn't think he was my son, they all rolled their eyes. "If he's not your son, then where is he? Did you do something with him? He called you mommy." I felt like I was being backed into a corner. They were basically saying I either murdered my own son or I was trying to abandon him. I thanked the officers and I took the kid out of there. The whole ride home, I was trying to calm myself down, but every time I looked in the rearview, I saw the kid's eyes. He was just staring at me. I decided to play along, asking him where he had gone and what was going on with him. He said, "I was gone for a while, but I'm back now, Mommy." His voice even sounded different. That night, I laid him in bed. He asked for his normal bedtime story. Was I going crazy? Obviously, an imposter wouldn't know he had a favorite. Later that night, I fell asleep. But when I woke up, the kid was standing in the doorway.
What?
He wanted to lay in bed with me. I let him sleep beside me, but my heart was racing the whole time.
Okay,
I had my
what are you
phone. Why
doing?
couldn't I just relax? What was wrong with me? Maybe him going missing had just shaken my head up or something? But when I woke up the next morning, I knew something was wrong. The entire left side of my bed had been torn to shreds. The pillow, the blanket, everything. I walked out to find Andrew lying in his own bed. He acted like he had no idea what I was talking about. He said he had never come in the room. Things just got worse from there. When Andrew got back to school, I got constant calls from the teacher telling me he was mean to classmates. He even threw a stapler at someone. She also mentioned something that made my skin crawl. Apparently, Andrew couldn't read or write anymore. Before he went missing, Andrew was constantly making me little books and writing stories. I knew he understood reading and writing. At home, I would catch Andrew standing in my doorway every night. He wouldn't eat anything except for cereal and milk, even though my little Andrew had been allergic to milk since he was a baby. I started trying to talk to friends about it, and they all thought I was going insane. They told me I should be grateful to have my son back. Every time I said I didn't think it was my son, they rolled their eyes. Then I noticed Andrew was drawing strange symbols all over his bedroom. It creeped me out so much. When I told him to stop, he would start hitting me. Was my kid possessed by the devil or something? The very next day, we went to the park, and I looked across the street. I swear I saw Andrew, my real Andrew, playing in a yard. I ran through the street racing after him, but when I got there, the kid was gone. I couldn't take not knowing anymore. One night, I waited in the hallway for Andrew to fall asleep. When he did, I tiptoed into the bedroom. He had had that stomach tube years ago and had a pretty nasty scar. If this was my child, I would learn the truth. I carefully lifted up his shirt to see. There was no scar. This wasn't my son, just like I had suspected all along. I gasped and the kid sat up in bed. I couldn't hold it in anymore. I started yelling, asking where my real son was, asking where he came from. The kid started sobbing. He told me a man picked him up from an orphanage and sent him over here and told him what to do. He said he hadn't wanted to cut up the pillows or wake me up, but the man said he would know and send him back to the orphanage if he hadn't. I could feel my heart shattering. This poor little orphan had basically been blackmailed. He told me his real name was Cyrus. I asked if he knew where the man's house was. The boy nodded and said he could show me the way. We drove through the city until we reached a little cottage. I told the boy to stay in the car. I had to find out who was inside. When I arrived, the house looked familiar. I realized it had been the house I saw the boy playing in earlier. I called the cops and told them there was a kidnapped child, but I couldn't wait. Knowing my Andrew was in the house, possibly getting hurt, I couldn't just stand there. I banged on the door. To this day, my heart drops when I think about who I saw on the other side. It was Brad, Andrew's father. It suddenly made sense in a sick and twisted way. Behind him, I could see Andrew sitting on the couch. I shoved Brad aside and ran to Andrew, holding him in my arms, while Brad screamed at me for keeping him away from his kid. When we arrived at the police station, everything came to light. Brad had gone to the house, told Andrew he was his dad, and asked Andrew if he wanted to come with him. Andrew was upset because I had been gone all the time and had just yelled at him, so he went with him. When the search was all over the news, Brad knew he couldn't hold the police off much longer. He went to every adoption agency in the area until he found Cyrus. He sent Cyrus to the police station, scared him into playing along, and that was that. I apologized for being gone so
What
much
was
to
that?
Andrew and explained that none of this was his fault.
Oh, you're
But that I
sleeping.
had to work
Absolutely.
hard to support us. I told him I would put more effort
Well,
into adoption. That's when I realized Cyrus
no.
suddenly didn't have a home. This poor boy had been in an orphanage, been adopted and emotionally abused, and now he was going to have to go back? I knew what I had to do. I talked to the police and the adoption agency, and they managed to approve me caring for Cyrus. Since I was on my way to becoming a nurse, within the next year, I would be more available and really able to give my sons the attention they deserved. Eventually, things took a turn for the better. I was very glad that Brad was never part of my son's upbringing, not just for being a horrible person, but also for being stupid enough to think his plan would work.
Do you think that story's real?
No.
I don't think it's really real. Let's just say true story.
Yeah.
Oh, forgot. Can't sleep on the job.
Oh, sorry.
Still cringe.
The last time
So
that this ever happened, well, here's something. I'm feeling so stressed. I'm feeling
Please kill me.
I'm feeling on my face. Hello, guys.
I just want to.
Green soda. Come on with the soda.
Why'd you change your face?
Because I
I don't
could.
buy any soda though. I'm just
Why?
What's the cream soda? I'm the cream soda. What's the cream soda? No cream soda. Get soda. Hey, we're having a remote account here. Let's break the toast.
They know that we're just role playing.
Yeah.
Time to make one of my queens.
We're still making them pretty.
Okay, this is chemical. With this
Well, they already are pretty.
Oh, there we go. So pretty. Now give me a kiss.
Ew.
Okay. Okay. Welcome back to our cooking show. Welcome back to our cooking show. And we're gonna teach you how to cook.
Food.
Today we're gonna cook spaghetti. Just put some on there and put some ketchup in. Just wait for some seconds.
And then put it on the table.
Now and be super weird in front of it so it could be called weird spaghetti. Our weird spaghetti is ready. We just need a food tester.
I'll taste it.
Let me taste this. Weird. And it's all empty. It was the oil was made out of android oil. And only humans cannot survive. This one was super good.
I'll make me one. Right? Ma'am,
We are set to rule the world.
why am I the only one alive? Hello? I have to put hot water on you. Psh. Is she dead?
Look at our clients.
Did I do something wrong? Oh.
Somehow they found out. Hello? Who sent you here? Or we're here to look at your
Lauren.
conquer the world.
Lauren.
Polish it and take you.
I don't know what abolish means.
Oh, what are you?
Then why did you say that?
No.
You know what, guys? Did you enjoy that video?
And this is the good weird video we ever did.
Yeah. Hold on, let me dance.
Bye guys.
Not yet.
Bye guys. Bum 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 bum.
Can you see
Bum
me?
bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Da bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum.